amazing lineup tonight, so lots of brain power. And we are going to try to make this like as useful as possible for everybody. But first, I'd like to start with David Russ. I think he doesn't need any introduction, everyone knows him. He's the chair of New York Angels, and they're one of the sponsors of the event. And I'd like to have him just talk to you for a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Internet Week New York, which is one of the very first events of the season. It's a great turnout now, and New York Angels is delighted to sponsor this event because we are always looking for great teams. Everybody in the investment business is looking for great teams. Because what it takes to pull together a company, a startup, and get it off the ground is totally non-trivial. And it takes a set of skills and experience and perspective that is very, very rare for one person to have. You'd like to find that one person, that the entrepreneurial person. You're all in this room, some level of entrepreneurs. But very, very often, we would actually prefer to invest in a team of two entrepreneurs, often with complementary skills, inside, outside, technical, creative, business design, whatever. So finding the right match for you to take your vision to a really big mega company is really critical. And events like this are really wonderful. We're delighted you're all here. You have a chance tonight not only to meet each other and to quickly pitch what you're doing, but you have three of the coolest people in the city over here. I've known these three guys for years and years and years, and you could not have a better set of mentors who have been there, done that, and know exactly what it takes to start a great company. So I'm going to get off here and let them do all the talking. I just want to say, welcome, go find a partner, build great companies, go New York.
Thanks, David, I really appreciate it. And so right now we're going to have like a quick 5 to 10 minutes advice and introductions from our speakers. After that we're going to have 30-second pitches, 30 of them. So they have to be 30 seconds, taking up like 5 minutes. And after it, we are going to have a little raffle, and all our speakers were very gracious to accept, except Stephen. I couldn't ask him yet, but I'm sure he's going to accept it. You are going to win a lunch with our speakers. So there's going to be 3 prizes with 1 each. And you will arrange the time and the date and the place with them. And then 2 free books. The book that I wrote just came out, so it's about location-based services. So you can read it, or you can use it as a doorstop if you're not interested in location-based services. But so I'd like to thank again to all of our speakers, and let's just get started. Stephen, would you like to introduce yourself? And just let's talk about, let's say tonight, those people meet somebody, and they think, oh, okay, this might be like a great co-founder. What are the next steps? I mean, should they just start the company the next day? Should they date? Should they live together? And like, what kind of founder agreements and like what to look for? And you know, from your wide experience, I'd like to ask all of our speakers for like just some advice in general.
Great. Well, thank you for having me here. Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. So my name is Stephen Messer. I started a company along with my sister and 2 other co-founders called LinkShare. It's a affiliate marketing company. If you're not familiar with it, highly recommend you go. Even though we sold the company in 2005, it is still today the predominant affiliate marketing platform, and is just a fantastic business. We sold it in 2005 to a Japanese portal, sort of eBay of Japan, and since then I've just been helping a lot of other founders get their business off the ground. So if you have an interesting idea, please, feel free to run up to Howard. If you got an amazing idea, please come to me first. So like Crosby, Stills, and Nash will be up here hanging out, playing later on today. Since I'm supposed to do a 5-minute thing really quickly, I guess I'm sort of in a unique position, which is I found one of my co-founders through birth. My mother was quite fortunate with good genes, and my father as well, and so I was fortunate enough to find my sister, start the business with, but we did also start with 2 other founders, both of which I met while I was at Columbia. I'll sort of let it go through the list of people, then I guess we'll all talk.
Sure, I'm Howard Morgan. We just opened our first round capital New York office. I just came from our office hours. I see some people actually who were there, where we listened to, we had 45 different pitches from different companies. I didn't have to hear all of them, but we had a couple of our people I founded First Round, looking for a partner with Josh Koppelman, who I had founded 3 businesses with. And the first one of those was 1992, called Infonautics. And the original founder was a fellow named Marvin Weinberger. And Josh was a student at Wharton in an entrepreneurial course, and he interned with the company as Marvin was starting it. And Marvin liked him, and he brought him in as a partner. One thing I should say at the beginning is the word partner doesn't necessarily mean equal partner. So in a lot of people's minds, if I have a partner, it's 50-50. Not so. Very often there are wildly different splits. That doesn't mean they're not your partner. They really are your partner. You're going to be with them in the trenches day in, day out. And you have to figure out what the appropriate split is at some point in that relationship. And as Murat was saying, as you date, till you live together first and so on, you really need to spend time with that person or several people sometimes and figure out what the right ratios and contributions are. And that usually means that one of the people is the leader and the others are partners, and there's a differential split. One of the hardest things for a venture capitalist is dealing with 2 partners who expect to be equal forever. And we started one of our companies, a great company called Video Egg. It had 3 equal partners, Matt Sanchez, Dave Lerman, and I'm blocking on the last name now, but 2 of those partners are no longer with the company. Not unusual, not unusual. And so you really have to think through at the beginning the fact 49% of U.S. marriages end in divorce, and probably 95% of partnerships end with particularly when there are several partners, end with one of them leaving sometime in the first couple of years. And that's an aspect people don't usually want to think of at the front part of any relationship. You don't want to think about the last part of the relationship. But I bring it up because don't assume all partners are equal partners. But I was lucky enough to find Josh at Infonautics, and then when he wanted to start half.com, was happy to work with him again in that, and then Turntide, and then finally, before we started First Round Capital. And Josh was in First Round, and half in First Round, he was by far the senior partner, not in age, I have that on him, and will always, but he was the one who really wanted to put his whole life into it. And that's what you need for a partner in a startup. You need somebody else who's willing to put their life in it along with you. And you can't find that out in one day. You really do need to work with that person for a few days, a few weeks, preferably side by side, very hard if it's a telecommuting relationship and partnership at that beginning stage. And where to find them? Well, Steve, as he said, found it by birth. That was kind of the easy way. Many people find them at colleges and universities. Right now there are entrepreneurial programs at so many of the schools that people looking for entrepreneurs who have ideas can look for technical founders in the computer science departments as they're graduating. They can look for business founders in the business schools, co-founders at this early stage. Very often people will think of an idea and from when they're in an existing business and split off from that existing business with a new idea after they have worked together for several years. It still pays to work together for that new idea for a few days.
Great. I'm Jeff Stewart. I've started about a half-dozen companies, and I'm actually really pleased to be on this stage with these guys because these are 2 guys who I look up to for advice, and have given important advice along the path. I started my first company in 1995. It was called Square Earth. It was an internet system consulting company. Actually, it was originally going to be Yahoo, but on paper because no one was actually on the internet back then. My business partner was someone I had met in college and had really impressed me, and we always shared a vision of starting a company. And the day he said he would work on it full-time, I quit my job the next day because I just knew he was so smart that if he was involved, it would be a success. If you don't have somebody who